This week we actually got some news on what we got a little bit of news of what the plot's gonna be with Star Wars Starfighter. So there was an article detailing that obviously Mia Goth is now in the movie. She is going to be playing a villain, and it's going to be. I took it as it's going to be Ryan Gosling versus Mia Goth, and basically what the article was saying was Ryan Gosling is playing a pilot who is trying to protect his niece or nephew. I forgot if it was his niece or nephew, but somebody who is part of his family from Mia Goth who is going after this the niece or nephew. I don't and also it said that this movie is taking place 5 years after the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I don't know in the grand scheme if it's going to connect to everything that happened in Star Wars, but I know that they want this to be a separate movie from the original trilogy. Or not a separate, but they want it to be its own thing. I'm still trying to come up with theories of what this could be about because originally when I saw the title pop up, Star Wars Starfighter, I instantly thought, ooh, Top Gun Maverick Star Wars. I wanted something like that with this. I wanted to be able to like learn because I'm a huge Star Wars The Clone Wars guy and I love the stories of the clones. I really wanted something where it's like we can watch something with the pilots, get some cool flight scenes, them fighting TIE fighters, this and that. But I don't know. Maybe there still is a chance for this movie to have that, but I am totally fine if it's just he's a pilot who I don't want him to maybe be a Han Solo, maybe just a guy who flies spaceships, and he has his niece or nephew with him a couple of times, and he runs into a bad like drop or something or a bad zone wherever he goes, and Mia Goth is just that villain who wants to take revenge or wants to go after his niece or nephew for some reason, and he's just protecting her. I'm totally cool with that. I just think I'd even know what Mia Goth's role is, if she's part of the Sith, if she's part of the dark side, or if she literally is just another starship that's going after them.
There's no way Mia Goth is playing like a Sith. I think if you're getting Mia Goth, you're having her play some weird alien.
I'd be cool with that.
I think like you're gonna have her play some nasty alien for sure, like a just disgusting looking alien. Mm-hmm. Like that's like probably like the best. I think she could be a cool Sith. I just think for this movie, like I doubt there's gonna be any Jedi.
Yeah,
I don't think there should be.
I'd be cool with that.
Can I be honest? I'm really excited for this movie, not because of what it is, but because it marks like a really, I feel like weird turn almost for Star Wars.
Yeah,
we don't get a whole lot of projects with like a Ryan Gosling and a Mia Goth. Like, that's a pretty weird cast to say is in a Star Wars movie. In the same way we're getting, like, a Jeremy Allen White in a Mandalorian movie. I'm like,
oh,
what
yeah,
the frick?
he's playing Jabba's son, right?
Yeah. It's, like, weird. It's like, what are we doing? But I like it. Like, it marks I think it marks a new confidence in Disney to, like, maybe market these movies like, hey, look, we have these big actors in it. We're pretty confident. Like, they want to do these movies. Especially, like, people like Ryan Gosling, Mia Goth. They're not going to be doing projects that they just, like, don't want to do.
I can't imagine that, but also this is Star Wars.
Yeah, I get, but like I think regardless, like I just don't think like Ryan Gosling, if he was given a Star Wars script, he's not gonna be like, oh, it's Star Wars, I'll do it. Like I feel like it'd be like he's confident in this. Like there's something there that he likes, you know? So I feel like that I'm pretty excited. It's a new future for Star Wars, but I like it. Like I like the turn. Even if it's not the Jedi, which I love, I think it's something unique that I'm all for.
Have you ever seen the movie Drive?
No, but I know Drive.
Yeah, imagine if out of the blue it's just like, oh, this is Drive, but 600 years in the future, and we preserved his body, and now he's just going to be an angry starship driver with his niece or something like that. I'm just playing.
That's what a lot of people were like saying. Like, this is so funny. It's so funny how Ryan Gosling is like doing something like similar.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. Like I'm with it. I'm so with it. Give me Ryan. Even I would have loved Ryan Gosling to be just a cool Jedi that's like running around, but.
I'm off that. I'm
no,
cool
honestly,
that.
So valid. I'm just weird.
I just like, no, you're not weird. That's a valid thing. If you were to like want him to play a Jedi, I just think like with me, I think it's just a personal thing. I love the whole story of Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, all that. I do. But if you are really saying that you want to start a new story and do this, do that,
yeah, you can.
Maybe just give us something new. Maybe give us something where it's like, oh, it's just a starship thing, and it's a conflict that's just happening in Star Wars, but it has nothing to do with the Jedi or anything. It's just if it does happen to be that, I'm totally fine with that. But
it definitely isn't. There's no way.
Yeah,
there's no way. But like, I am really curious to see when Star Wars is ready to continue the like the trilogy story. Like, when's our next trilogy?
I think that I forgot which director.
They were doing a Rey Skywalker thing.
Yeah, they are. I just forgot which director. Was it Rian Johnson or something?
I don't think so.
Who was doing it?
Uh-uh.
I know that some director is doing the next trilogy. I just don't know. I forgot.
I
the
think
name of it.
I think he was given his own though. I don't think it's related to the main story. It's weird. Star Wars I feel like is all over the place because they have like the Mandalorian Grogu stuff that ties in with Ahsoka and like all that and Ezra. So, but then they're also like that's Dave Filoni's thing, and then they have the Rey Skywalker thing, and then they have the like. There's a lot happening that I don't really know like where we're going.
Yeah,
you know, I like Star Wars. I don't love Star Wars like having all these spinoffs, but like I get it. It's a world like you could do that, but I do kind of miss the like. Here's like the next 3 movies. Like here's the continuation of the story. Here's what's happening in the main world. Yeah, and I feel like we're lacking that, and I think especially after the sequel trilogy, for me at least, there's a lot more pressure on it for it to like, really redeem itself.
That's why I think they're taking their time with this.
100%. I think there's got to be something they're cooking over there. I think they're just like playing their cards close to their chest and they're playing it safe. That'd be my guess.
You know what will always be weird to me? Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know what type of name that was. Has made so much money in the box office, so much, but everyone hates it. Or I'd say like 85% or 90% of people hate that movie.
Awful movie.
It's just crazy. It's like, oh, did that many people really just go to the theaters to just watch a Star Wars movie?
Yeah, 100%. Wow. Yeah, dude, Star Wars, I think it's weird. I think right now, TV show-wise, Star Wars has no mainstream appeal. But I do think movie Star Wars does. I think when there's a Star Wars movie coming out Christmas time, it's like, let's go watch a Star Wars. Like, let's go watch a Star Wars, you know? But, like, I think, like, the problem with, like, Disney Plus, and I think even Disney's realizing it, is, like, they said it when they were making Andor, streaming's dead. I don't think that's completely true, but I do think there is less, like, it's not COVID anymore. Yeah. Streaming services aren't new. It's not like we're sitting home, we have nothing to watch. When you keep cranking out these new, like spin-offs and series and all this stuff, like not only does it get hard to keep up with, but also like a lot of people that like Star Wars surprisingly are also just like general people, like normal people, like not me, not you, not like the big Star Wars audience that's out there. A lot of people that watch Star Wars just kind of watch Star Wars and that's it. So I think that's why movie Star Wars has so much more mainstream appeal than like TV show. I think the TV shows appeal to a lot more of like a nerdier base of people, and those are usually hit or miss. Yeah. But you're not gonna get like someone that loves the OG trilogy and that's about it with Star Wars to go watch Skeleton Crew. Yeah. Or Acolyte. You know, like they're not gonna watch those things. Why would they? Like they're like, especially when no one's talking about them like they're great. I think Andor's the only one that you need to watch. Aside like I think Mandalorian is the only example of mainstream movie Star Wars. Like that Mandalorian is that. Like everyone watches Mandalorian. Season 3, I don't know. I don't know if it like was like bigger or less. But even like Ahsoka, people weren't like.
Yeah, they weren't too big on it.
No, I loved Ahsoka, but
I was cool with it.
I liked it a lot.
I think it's because you were a Star Wars Rebels fan way more than me.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think like there's a lot more mainstream appeal for movie Star Wars than there is for like the series.
But I think that's also because like from the jump, because this was at the time, because when did it come out? 70s, 80s?
Yeah, I think it was like 79.
Okay, so like beginning of it.
Yeah, 80s.
When the Lakers became good. I'm just playing around, but basically. Star Wars has always been that thing for people, like, because everybody got their tickets, everybody didn't know what the heck they were getting into. They were thinking, oh, we're just going to get a little adventure, but it turned into something bigger. Turned into, wow, we're getting different worlds. We're not just staying in this one spot. We're going to different worlds, and there's this big, huge adventure. There's this chosen one. There's a battle in space. There's a huge metallic planet the Death Star, that can destroy everything. I think that's what everybody keeps trying to get back to. Like that awesome experience with that first movie, A New Hope, and they want that feeling back. They want it back. And they got it a couple times. Like that original trilogy went on a crazy run. The first 3 movies of all time, like ever. And then you have the prequels that come out that everybody has mixed feelings about but still love because
now they're loved.
Yeah, now they are. But, I think they still feel like that feeling can come back out when these movies come out. Because if you think about it, all the theatrical releases, they all made money, especially the new trilogy that came out. The first one that came out, The Force Awakens, I think I was looking forward to it. I was like, okay, this is a pretty cool like start to it. Like it has its bumps and everything, but it's a pretty cool start. Then the next two movies came out and it was like, oof. But no matter what, if they start the new trilogy, I think people are still going to be there for it.
Yeah. I think Rise of Skywalker, this is a different conversation now. I think Rise of Skywalker would have been a way better movie if it didn't try so hard to take away what Rian Johnson did in Last Jedi. Because look, take your feelings on Episode 8, but at least that movie's ballsy. At least he like tried to do something. You know, Force Awakens was very much here's a new hope but different. And I actually really like Force Awakens. I think that's probably the only good one, realistically. I haven't seen Last Jedi in a while. I want to watch Last Jedi again because I think I'd like it a lot more now than when I was younger.
Yeah.
But it's still just a new hope. Last Jedi is so ballsy. It like does a whole lot of things that are kind of weird. Like I don't know about all this or that, but I respect it. As opposed to I feel like Rise of Skywalker then backtracks and plays it safe, where 8 was setting up Kylo Ren to being supreme leader. Like Kylo Ren is going to be top dog.
Yeah.
And then 9's just like, no, let's just make Kylo Ren a freaking geek and
That's what pissed me off.
They fumbled him, dude. They fumbled him really hard, and it was really upsetting because
kiss.
Remember, how many times did they do that? They did it like 2 or 3 times, right? Where he died, then she kissed him, and then like got back up, and then he did it. Like no, like it's just like, dude, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? It's so bad.
I'm never gonna forget my theater's reaction when Rey and
they were like
kissed.
Brother and sister.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what Star Wars is. It's all about incest with you people. That's all it is. If we're taking any sort of symbol, this is what Star Wars has always been. It's just incest.
In a way, yeah, because then you look back on the old.
I see you guys.
What was it?
Leia and Luke?
No, I forgot what movie. What was it called? Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it's Empire.
Empire Strikes Back. When Leia kissed Luke and it was like, what? And then you find out that's her brother. And you're like, but like, that was the most awkward scene ever. And I remember I was like, wait, are they going to kiss? And I was like, they wouldn't do that. No, never. And I was looking at my friend. I was like whispering. I was like, bro, it looks like they're going to kiss. And then he was like, no, and right when he was about to say, there's no way. Boom. And everybody in the theater went, what the hell? Dude. And I was like,
yeah.
I just sat there like, and then also, well, I don't want to go back into it, bro. I'm just saying, like, that was so weird.
It was rough. That movie sucked.
So weird.
We can talk about the movie forever.
Yeah.
I am all the Sith. I'm all the Jedi. Like, what are we doing here? They fly now. Like, come on, dude. They've been flying since the Clone Wars.